and I'll take you up on it when I've done. These are the parts of the heater box brackets. I took off, drilled the rivets, shot blasted them. Now they're on the plater there. I've got over here the internal flap for the heater. That's the heat control flap. That's had a shot blast, and now it's getting pickled in quite a strong hydrochloric solution. It's a lot of rust on that one, but it's starting to come up nice. That was really bad, that one. So that's on. There's half a shell from the heater. This is surplus now. It's so brittle, it's just useless. You could use it as a mould perhaps, but there's no point. You could try and get it fiberglass, but there's no point. There's the internals. That's the plastic casing for the heat diverter flap that was riveted on, and then over to this one. I'm going to get these brackets sanded off, and we'll fit those metal brackets to make it look a little bit more original, as I said. So that's in good order, that casing. So that's the plan. Just waiting for it to go off. I've cleaned up that's the fuel sender pickup. So that's really what we're on with at the moment. Just keep on going. Let's see how these come out, and give them 15 minutes. Right, I've just taken them brackets off. I'll give that a very light skim later, because that's going to get painted anyway, so we'll lose that, no problem. So I'll take that off now and then bring it slowly down to match that. Okay, that's what we're heading for. We'll try and copy the old heater box style onto the new style. Here we go. Just carrying on now, modifying it. So I've sliced that off, that bracket, smoothed it round, and it's to match this now. So okay, we're not going to have those two plastic studs, but I'll infill them on the brackets so as false locating lugs. Okay, so that matches that. The idea is to create, as you know, to create the Mark V heater box into the pre-faceless heater box. So that's what we're aiming for. Starting to get there now. Starting to look like one. Just got to fill this hole. I'll put a plate at the back and we'll skim that in. I don't want that clip at the front, so that's all smooth. I'm going to try the brackets on that now. See how the brackets fit here, and then we'll use this for an alignment test. We'll make a jig, mock it up because I've no bulkhead, so I just want to get these in exactly the right place. So I might put it on my green. Oh no, I don't want to take this off the green car. No, that's not a good idea. I'll build a jig for that. Let's get them brackets trialed up. I'm going to pull this matrix out as well, pull the motor out so it's a bit more easy to handle. So I've been diverted off onto the heater box. I was up to bits and bobs on wiring, but I've ended up getting involved with this. It's taken all day to do. There's a lot more work than you think when you start stripping them down. Especially when you've got to galv all the parts up. It's okay, I'm on with that. I'll strip that down. Right, so they've just come out of the galv, those brackets. That's how they fit, so they're fitting okay. So I'm happy with that. It's just a question of lining it up on a bulkhead. So I'll do that. Get that lined up, then we'll rivet those on, and that's that bit done. All we need to do now is get some filler in there, some plastic filler. I've got some stuff for that, special stuff. I'll show you that in a minute. And I'll take this heater matrix out now. I'll take that off. Let's get a screwdriver on that and get that out. Continue to strip down the heater. Just taking out these bottom rivets. should start to come apart now. Yeah, it's just that one there. Just gone off a little bit. Get the drill back on target. That's the one. So I've just got a couple of those little brass clips, the little brass rivets. Screwdriver in the back here. Spin you around. Sorry about the camera there again. Just popping out those. One more and then it's apart. Just in at the edge there. There she goes. Oh, two more, sorry. One more. There you go, right, that's that back off. So the idea is, right, let's have a look at those little brass things. Now if you were doing a Mark 5 rebuild, you'd just renew these or clean them up. But I'm not. This one doesn't have them. This one has these little side clip things. And what I'm going to do, well, actually it has rivets at the bottom here. If you look at the original one, riveted, and then the bottom piece was riveted. Where I've just drilled, it has rivets. The only place it doesn't have rivets is along the top edge, and it has the same amount of fastenings as this. So if I take these out and then put the clip over there, it hides that hole and your clips up and it looks original. So pulling them out, and then once we've cleaned this box up, obviously I've got to do that little filler job, but we've got to basically just fix the flap inside, re-rivet this on, filler that. Right, we're on. Where do we get up to? What have I done? Okay, so I've sanded off the original mouldings from the Mark 5 heater box. This will now get plastic filler in there. I'll put a support plate in the back so the fill doesn't punch through once it's set. So I'll put a little piece in the back glued in and then skim that. Bit of stopper filler on there, you're done for that. And then we'll buff the box up and paint it. So that bracket's sanded down. All we've got to do is get it on a bulkhead and get the right position for these. They could be done on the car actually, because so you could bolt it into the car, then you could actually rivet it onto the heater later on. So not mega important that just at the moment. So we've drilled the rivets off there. These brass rivets, they're off. That gives us access to the heater. There's that crappy. Oh, imagine that all coming through into your car. There's your flap. So I've already got one of them off the other car in the cooker. To change that, we've got to drill these rivets out here. Do that in a minute. Once that flap's out of there, I'll unclip these, then I'll wash this box. I'll get a good jet wash on that. I'll go get jet washed off, then we'll do those repairs once we've jet washed it. So it's going to be good, it's going to work. We're going to copy the clips across from this. That top flange isn't much different than that, in fact it's identical. So you're really there, that's how you do it. And then you've got yourself basically a mock pre-facelift heater box, but in plastic. So, alright, the only difference is you're not going to get that fiberglass finish, but I don't like this anyway. I mean, you tap it and it breaks. You know, it's very brittle. I don't want that on my car anyway. So I'm glad I'm happy with this job. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the rest of them rivets out, and then I'm going to just trial them clips and see how it looks with the clips on the top. Here we go. It's the inside coming out of there. I just drilled those top rivets off there, so Now we've just got a casing. So that's what we want. That's a keeper. And you got that, which can be refurbed, but I've already got one. The other one I'm doing. Same, looks like it's the same design. So I'll just keep that into stores, I think. Right, going to try clipping this together. Just cleaning up this flap now, it's out the acid. So let's get it a wash down, then a Brillo pad. And I'm going back in the acid now. I've just got some thinners on the paint. There was a bit of paint left on it, and underneath the paint's more rust, so back in to the dippy and leave it overnight, I think, for that one. It's coming up good though. Okay, so that's that one. I've put the heater over here now, ready to go and wash it. I'm going to give it a jet wash, then we'll do that repair on that hole. Clips work. I've tried the clips at the top, it all looks good. So we've got ourselves a bit of a hybrid heater there, which I'm really pleased about. It solves that problem. You can scrap that casing now, or I'll put it into stores. That's it for today. Had a couple of hours on the job today, mainly cleaning up. So put everything back, and I'll be back in tomorrow for another session. See how things go. It's over and out for this video for now. Let's go! I've got to fill that hole there that shouldn't be there on the on a pre-facelift, so a bit of plastic needed. Going to glue it from the back. Going to Gorilla Glue that from the back. We need a piece of plastic now to stick on the back. Let's go and find something we can cut up. Ooh, look at this box. Let's chop this up. Get a piece of plastic out of that, I think. Little thin piece of plastic we need. Right, I'm going to cut something up now. Right, cut that up. In she goes. Gorilla Glue next. Gorilla! In it goes. Those curl brackets, the P-shaped brackets, because they're pitted. One's missing, one's pitted, so I'm going to make some fresh ones. Just cutting a strip of steel now, 25mm wide. Then I'm going to fold it around a bar to get the shape for the hose. I'll show you what I mean in a sec. I've cut a section off. Going to bend it round the broom handle in the vise, squash both ends, and then it'll make the shape that I want, and then we cut to length. Here we go. Squash it in the vise like that, broom handle in, and just tension it up. You'll see it squash the shape. This will stretch it in. Just turning the handle. Nearly there. Right, that's the curved shape. And I'll have to, it's actually flat at the back on these, so I'll hammer it back flat on that side. That should be a bracket then. Right, coming out of the vise there now. So that's what you get. What we've got to do now is put a twist in that one, because this bracket fits, I'll show you what I mean. Goes on here and twists around. Actually mounts on that side there, according to the photos I've got. So I've got to do a twist in it, so I'll twist it round now with a bar. Just putting the twist in it now. Get some leverage on there. This will just stretch round. There we go. So that's our bracket angle to shape. Right then, that's that second bracket. Just clean up those edges there, squash that to shape. There's your first one, the twisted one. That brings the pipe round at the angle. So all I've got to do now is get these prepped for paint. It's already a galvanised metal, this, but I'm going to zinc coat them and paint them anyway, because that side's exposed. We don't want that to rust. So I'll drop them in the plating tank, and we'll do the biz with those. Let's go and see how they fit.